thine own with all thine heart, with all thy mind, and lean not unto thine own understanding. See? In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. But see, people not acknowledging him, they just doing whatever they want to do. And they getting ready to bring the hammer of the wicked down. You know, Satan, you know, he got a short time to come down with much wrath. Oh yeah, he ready to bring it down. Where you gonna be at then? Keep playing around. And it's amazing how people are not spiritual enough to really recognize what's really right and what's really wrong, or who's really right and who's really wrong. You know, Esau had you programmed to think a certain way from where you've been programmed to think. Look, Psalms 37:3. Trust in the Most High, and do good. How you do good? By following his laws, following his rules and regulations. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Most High, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart, whatever you desire. Commit thy way unto the Most High, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light. Now, you know that light in the righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and that law is the truth, and that light is the law. You're not going to get away from it. You ain't running from it unless you just want to be wicked. And thy judgment as the noonday. See? Rest in the Most High and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Don't be concerned about what they doing to somebody coming up. You know good and well that they had to be involved in wickedness to be able to even come up. That's why I go to verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Don't be envious against someone that you know they wicked. They coming up, but you know they had to do certain things to come up. That's wicked. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Most High, they shall inherit the earth. Hear that? They that wait on the Most High, because he's the only one going to bring forth righteousness on this earth. And he's the only one that know what he's going to do. They shall inherit the earth. For yet for a little while, just a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Let me read it again. For yet for a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek, the humble, shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. See? The wicked plotted against the just. See, they plan on getting rid of a lot of people, and gnashes upon him with his teeth, trying to destroy us. The Most High shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. See? The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Don't get it twisted. I'm telling you, who is this? That's I take you there all the time. In Revelation 12. Go right to the point. In 17. And the dragon, who is the devil, who is the serpent, who is the beast, who is Esau, who is Satan. And the dragon, which is red, they all red, was wroth with the woman who is Israel. Jeremiah 6:2, the Most High has likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. The devil going to be wroth with Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, and went to make war with the remnant, that's the 1/3 of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of a Mashiach Yahushua. So what does it say in Psalm 37? Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Who do you think that is? That's the remnant. Only way you have an upright conversation is you following the laws, statutes, commandments. That's the remnant. Their sword shall enter into their own heart. You hear that? This is what you got to have faith to believe. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Be broken. Verse 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Most High upholdeth the righteous. See, the Most High knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. We're in the evil time now, so none of us supposed to be ashamed. If you consider yourself the righteous, you're supposed to be ashamed. And in the days of famine they shall be satisfied, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Most High shall be as the fat of lambs. That's what we talk about that in Isaiah the 63rd chapter. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. See? Very important that we see this. Isaiah 61:1. Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is upon me, because the Most High have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek, who are the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. That's what he has done for the children of Israel. Just to show you said in Matthew 5:4, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. This is very important. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the poor, the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. That's why it's beautiful to understand and how this all equates to how we're supposed to be in learning how to follow the examples that Mashiach Yahushua gave us in being that light. Isaiah 61:1 says, the Spirit of the Most High power is upon me, because the Most High have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. That's why he had that sermon on the mount we just read, some of it. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Most High, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. See? To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, and the planting of the Most High, that he might be glorified. You can't get no simpler than that he might be glorified. We're going to be trees of righteousness. Now let's go to Luke, the 4th chapter. And let's look at, start at verse 16. Book it right there. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, this is custom, Mashiach Yahushua's custom, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Every Sabbath day. He went to the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for the reading. This is custom. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah, what we just read. And when he had opened the book, that's all they had to go by was the Old Testament, the law and the prophets. He found a place where it was written, the Spirit of the Most High is upon me, just what we just read in Isaiah 61st chapter, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, come on, who's in captivity, Israel, and recovering of sight to the blind, those that's in darkness, bring them out of the darkness into the light, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Most High. And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fast on him. And he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. And all bare him witness, and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is not this Joseph's son? Uh-oh. Some of you ain't ready for that. But they said, is not this Joseph's son? Why would they say it was Joseph's son if he came to Immaculate Conception? Why would they say that? You don't see no stepchildren and all that in the Bible. You mainly see the biological family. If you go look at Luke the 3rd chapter, just read all that. You see, they're going to give you everybody of the bloodline of everyone. He said, and they said, is not this Joseph's son? So, look at Deuteronomy 4 and 5. And I'm going to open up the line if there's any other questions. If not, I'll continue to go forward. Because to be sanctified is to be cleaned up, to be able to come to these laws. Deuteronomy 4 and 5, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High your power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. St. John 9:24. Then again called they the man that was blind, and said to him, give the Most High the praise, we know that this man is a sinner. Talking about the Mashiach Yahushua. He answered and said, whether he be a sinner or no, I know not. I don't know if he's a sinner or not. One thing I know, that whereas I was blind, now I see. Then said they to him again, what did he to thee? How open he thine eyes? He answered them, I have told you already, and ye did not hear. He said, I told you, you ain't hear what I said? Wherefore would you hear it again? You want me to tell you again? Will ye also be his disciples? Woo! You ain't want to kill all my Yahushua. He's coming at him like this. This man was blind, you can see. He said, you gonna be his disciples too? Then they reviled him and said, thou art his disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. We know that the Most High spake unto Moses, as with this fellow, we know not from whence he is. The man answered and said unto them, why herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is. And yet he hath opened mine eyes, where you was blind, he done made me see. Now we know that the Most High here is not sinners. But if any man be a worshiper of the Most High and do of his will, him he heareth. And that's how you be cleaned up. By doing the will of the Most High. What's the will of the Most High? To keep his commandments. And his commandments are not egregious. That's what was the will of the Most High. 1 John 5:3. But this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. See? Most High wants you to keep his commandments. Look at St. John 12. And 46. Say, I am come into the, say, excuse me, I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness. See? If you believe on him, you should not abide in ignorance. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. And that world is the world of Israel when you read Isaiah 45:17. Israel is that world without end. See? He that rejecteth me and receiveth not my words, remember these words are whose words? The words of the Most High, hath one that judges him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day. For I have not spoken of myself, I ain't spoke my own words, but the Father which sent me, he gave me a commandment, what I should say and what I should speak. You want to be cleaned up, you better hear what he's saying. You want to be sanctified, you better hear what he's saying. And I know that his commandment is life everlasting. Whatsoever I speak therefore, even as the Father said unto me, so I speak. Period. That's how you're going to be sanctified. So I'm going to continue, or I can open the line up to see if there's any other questions. Anybody have any other questions?
Conversation mode on. Everyone can now be heard.
Are there any more questions? Did you understand that?
Sure, I can please. When you looked up the definition of sanctified,
Yeah.